Obviously, big day of football yesterday here in Bank of America, Providence Day and Northwestern. So congratulations to Providence Day. Exciting times. So I'll open it up from there.
Is there any update on Dante or Chuba? I know there's some ankle injuries.
Yeah, I mean, no updates on any of the guys really. With it still being preseason, just trying to kind of just take it day by day.
I know you said you don't want to focus on anything and jump to conclusions about it, but from an operational standpoint, is there anything you've learned from the first two games that maybe you want to switch up moving forward into the regular season?
I don't think so. Not at this point. I think we made good. I think the operation of how we communicated, new staff, in all three phases, listening to the communication on the phone, it's a very good process. I was talking to Coach Caldwell about it. He's kind of on the sets. He kind of made a similar comment, like for us all being new together, seemed pretty seamless.
You seem to indicate you kind of, I don't know if it's how this week went, whether you played the rest of some of your starters this week. Have you kind of got preliminary thoughts on where that might be right now?
Haven't totally nailed it down. Still talking to the coaches about that. Scott and I visited for a while last night, just talking about the plan for this game. So getting closer to finalizing that plan, but I would anticipate it'll be similar to what we've done the last two games. But again, we'll kind of work out the details here in the next 24 hours.
To include the quarterback position?
Probably so.
How much do you take in player, response and player like, hey, I feel like I need to play in this game, sort of thing?
Listen, this is a collaboration all the time. Always open to opinions, suggestions. As coaches, I think we have a great relationship with our players. They know there's got to be a chain on one hand, there's a chain of command. Coaches are running the show, but on the other hand, it's a collaboration. And I think that we've communicated that well. I think we've displayed that, and they felt the collaboration and that we'll talk through stuff, but they hopefully have also felt like, oh, these guys know what they want and what they're doing. So it should feel like both those things.
How do you assess where this team is at the 3-week out point? It's kind of closing in on game week.
Yeah, obviously we're not going to really know until we get to the regular season, but I feel good about every step of the process, about what we're doing in practice, in our meetings, in every phase, in every area. Feel like we've made good progress as far as cleaning up details of what it takes to play winning football. But until you get to the regular season, and you don't really fully know until you're tested in every way.
Right, and just with the importance of the quarterback position, and when you have one young and under contract, does that all play into the decision you'll make with Matt and potentially keeping three?
Yes, right. Every decision, as we say, is kind of multifactorial. Premium on that position. You like to be able to develop guys. I think Matt's done a good job and has continued to develop. So feel good about his, the steps he's taken.
When you have a replacement kicker there, and we've talked about it before with Eddie, and you have him out there, I guess the upside for him is getting stuff on film. Yeah. How much do you kind of weigh that potentially? There are kicker problems around the league. You have two guys. How much do you weigh that with how you handle the roster the next couple of days?
Yeah. Oh, no. Eddie's our kicker, right? We know that. I've said that from the start. Eddie's our kicker. He's earned that. He's proven it. But it's great. Wright's done a great job. Had a good game. We obviously had to kick out of bounds, but other than that, he kicked well. So it's a great opportunity for him. And then, right, you never want Eddie to have a reoccurrence of this injury, but if he does, at least we have a better idea.
Coach, what was the biggest jump you were looking for from game 1 to game 2, and did you see it?
I think we made progress for sure. I don't know if we can say, big jump. I don't know. We didn't play our starters, I don't think, long enough to really tell too much. other than that we made progress in some areas. Made a key third down or two. Protection, the one-on-one protection was better. We still had, going back over the tape, there were still one or two mishaps or miscommunications in protection, but our one-on-one pass blocking was better. So again, we'll see how long guys play this week. Even whatever plan we have will be adjusted and flexible once we get in the game.
Was one of those miscommunications the sack with Thibodeau? And if so, could you explain what happened?
Yeah, it was a miscommunication. There was a line call made, and thought we heard one thing, two words that sound similar, and in the heat of the battle, we heard the wrong word.
When you evaluate Icky and what he's done at left tackle the first two preseason games, kind of where are you with that? I mean, it seems like he's allowed at least one or two pressures every game.
Yeah, a lot of confidence in Icky. I mean, he's, I have no concerns about him playing winning football and being one of the true anchors to our offensive line. And what he's, the year he had last year, the training camp that he's had, I think not only is he going to be a really good player for us, I think he's going to be a good leader. We have had a couple. We've had a couple miscues that he's been involved in, but those things will get worked out.
And when you're filling in pieces to the offensive line and maybe don't have your 5 best out there, especially with Bryce back there, is this kind of expected, or how do you evaluate the position but still want more?
Yeah, I mean that's always, you're exactly right. That's always going to be the case. You always want more. But that's the NFL, right? Guys get hurt during the year. It's rare to have the same combination all the time. So it's good to put stress in every area of the team. We've talked about that this whole offseason, this training camp. Being under stressful situations makes us grow. It brings out the best in us if we approach it the right way, if we learn from our mistakes. So, we have those opportunities in preseason to stress test everything we're doing and to get better from it.
Frank, you talked about the language on the line call and stuff. Has the way you describe plays changed along with the plays themselves? I mean, you and Thomas have talked about kind of blending playbooks. Have you changed what you call things since the beginning of this process?
Well, no, it's changed from last year, obviously. And then as we've gone in, we've tweaked a few things. Like, we'll now tweak those words. We'll use different words. Those words have been used for a long time, and that, not a long time. They've been used before with that mistake not being made. But this is almost like, I can just tell you in my time coaching offense, this happens every couple years. Something like this happens, and you think, well, okay, I can see how that would happen, but it just hasn't happened in the 4 previous years. But it just so happened once. So why even take a chance of a 1 in 100 miscommunication when all you have to do is change the words up to make it a little bit more clear. So that's what we'll do.
Frank, what did you see from Shy the other night, and then how would you assess his camp body of work?
Shy's very talented. I thought he made a couple really nice plays. The off-schedule catch was a big catch, between him and Matt. And I think that's shown consistently. I think there's been, I think he's made, a bunch of plays in practice as well, making progress. He and everybody, this isn't just Shy, but, we still have things to clean up. Shy has things to clean up, and, we're always shooting for consistency. We want the big play, but we also want the consistent play. So it's always a reminder at every position as you continue to evaluate. That's really what we're looking for.
We'll do a couple more. What did you see from Chandler Zavala in that first game?
Well, first of all, that he got through well, and looked pretty good. Have another opportunity to, get some more reps, but it was a good first step.
How much concern is there you may not have your top 2 backs for the opener?
I'm not, the injury thing, I'm not, that's not even computing in my head yet, as far as, we have a meeting this morning with our medical staff, and you're talking a little bit, so what's his pathway to week 1? So right now, I'm not, you're thinking about those things. I feel confident we're going to have the guys there. And if we don't, I'm still confident. I mean, that's what we're getting the reps for. The guys that have been hurt, I think the guys that have stepped up and have done well. I don't want anybody to miss any time, but obviously. But listen, in this league, I just don't flinch. It doesn't concern me because you're just next man up mentality.
Frank, do you and Scott plan to take 90 right up to the deadline?
Probably so. I mean, it just makes sense. I mean, there could be an exception or two to that, but it just makes sense to have all those bodies for right up to the deadline.
Is there anything keeping Cameron Peoples from getting reps with the offense during the preseason games? I've seen he's gotten special team snaps, but I want to know what's on.
No, it's just been the rotation that we take. Cam's he's done a good job. Hopefully he'll get a little bit this weekend or this Friday, but he's continued to progress.
All right, thank you, Coach.
Thanks, everybody.
Thank you.